Morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here before we get into the meat and potatoes of your forecast. Let's start with the high winds that are in store here the next couple of days. Now, it will be blustery today, but most of us won't deal with extremely strong winds today. But out in the southwest part of the state, there's actually a high wind warning that kicks in at 1 o'clock this afternoon already. In my taste, I think it's a little too early. I don't think the winds will be that strong this afternoon, but it continues into tonight for those locations. Those are high wind warnings there in that brighter gold shade. The darker gold, or almost brown shade, that's a high wind watch that's in place. And some of those counties to the southwest of the Tri-Cities, that goes into effect at 7 o'clock tonight and continues until early tomorrow morning. For some of those counties till 1 o'clock, for other of those counties till 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. And those winds could occasionally gust over 50 miles per hour in those locations later on tonight. Most of us, though, won't see our stronger winds until the daytime hours tomorrow, and I'll explain that here in just a bit. But for today, we're starting off with some clouds this morning across southern Nebraska, northern Kansas. Those clouds will lift to the northeast with time as we go through the day, so I think we'll see a return to more sunshine this afternoon. A breezy east and southeast wind for most of us, 10 to 20 miles per hour. A little stronger in the southwest corner of the state. Those winds could get up there around 25 miles per hour today. Increasing clouds this evening as we see our next storm system roll through. This one will be more of a rainmaker for the majority of us. Chances get better the farther north you go. I think our northern Kansas, southern Nebraska counties will come away with very little rain, maybe even enough instability for a little thunder, but no severe weather expected. As we get later in the night, then we'll start to mix in some snow up north. I'd say the northern third of the state has a chance of some snow with some light snow accumulation for north central Nebraska, and then northeast Nebraska, your snow accumulation may be a little bit heavier. It looks like the heaviest snow with this system will be up towards far northeast Nebraska, northwest Iowa, southeast parts of South Dakota. As we move towards tomorrow morning, this precipitation will start to move out of here, although we're going to see a dividing line with clouds to the northeast and sunshine to the southwest during the day tomorrow. Now, the biggest story tomorrow is going to be the brisk northwest winds. We're talking about sustained winds of 25 to 35 miles per hour and gusts that could be at times up to or maybe even a little bit over 45 miles per hour. So noticeable wind tomorrow, very strong wind, and temperatures tomorrow kind of determined by who has the clouds and who doesn't. It'll be much cooler in the northeast with highs only in the 40s, including places like O'Neill, Columbus, Lincoln, maybe Beatrice there. The Tri-Cities being right on that dividing line between clouds and sun will probably be somewhere between the upper 40s and the mid 50s. Then you get farther to the southwest, we can see temperatures make it into the 60s again for tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, those winds will finally start to die back a little bit across much of the area. So how much snow are we talking tonight? I don't think it'll be a big issue for most places, but up around O'Neill and Ainsworth, maybe up around an inch or so at most. I think the higher totals over an inch, 1 to 3, 4 inches of snow, maybe even higher than that would be towards the far northeast part of the state, and that's outside of the KSMB viewing area. So again, places like Ainsworth, O'Neill, Neely, Albion may pick up on a little bit of light snow accumulation. Bartlett. If you get much farther south from there, outside of maybe a dusting of snow, I'm just not expecting much accumulating snowfall here. Now, temperatures for today will be better for most of us. Now, way up north, still a lot of snow on the ground, so temperatures still held down in the 40s, including 42 in Ainsworth, 47 for O'Neill, but 50s elsewhere, lower to mid 50s, and as warm as about 57 there in Central City. Out west, we'll see temperatures climb into the 60s, even near 70 in McCook today, so really nice weather out there, although the winds will be a little stronger towards McCook and Imperial. To the south, we're looking at highs, upper 50s to around 60 in the Tri-Cities, 60s, mid and upper 60s down in northern portions of Kansas, and to the east, mid 50s to mid 60s, partly sunny early, and then eventually becoming mostly sunny later on in the day. Next 7 days, not terribly complicated, but there have been some changes to the forecast. We get that round of precipitation tonight. No snow threat for the Tri-Cities, and in fact, the good news is I do not have snow for the Tri-Cities area in the 7-day forecast. Again, tonight's snow chance mainly for about the northern third of the state. And again, I kind of already talked about that there. We'll be a little cooler tomorrow, but the biggest story tomorrow, the strong winds. The winds die back Wednesday night, and we'll get probably one of our coldest nights ahead of us Wednesday night, Thursday morning, where most of us will drop back a little bit below freezing. And this may be for some of us the last time we drop below freezing for a little while at least. Thursday, a pretty decent day out there, highs in the 50s, lots of sun and not as much wind. The winds will be much lighter on Thursday. Then we get the rain chances Friday and Saturday, but if you've been watching the last couple of days, I had some pretty high numbers for the chance. I was up around 60, 70, 80% chance. Notice I've dropped that chance down to around a 40, 50%. I think the best time frame for the Tri-Cities comes Friday night and Saturday morning. Basically what is happening is this strong low pressure system that, again, a couple of days ago it looked like it was going to gun right for us. Well, it's shifting southward. And the better chances of rain will be across the southern and southwestern parts of our area, where we still could pick up some decent totals of rain, just not as much as expected, with and we'll be trending towards lower rain totals the farther north and northeast you go. So I don't think this will be the complete soaker I was thinking we would possibly have. The chance of rain begins early on Friday morning, gets a little bit better Friday afternoon, but really increases Friday night into Saturday, and then starts to lower Saturday afternoon and should be gone by Saturday night for most of us, other than maybe down in northern Kansas. This is also very good news for those that are planning to head to Lincoln for the spring game on Saturday. The chances of rain looking much lower during the day Saturday, especially by Saturday afternoon. And because of these lower rain chances, temperatures are also trending up a little bit. So notice I brought those temperatures up for the weekend into the 50s for the most part. So it's looking a little bit better temperature-wise. Still a little breezy, but the winds shouldn't be too bad. 15 to 20, maybe up to 25 miles per hour. We saw way worse this past weekend. Sunday looks drier into the upper 50s. Monday into the 60s. That's ahead of our next storm system that'll come through Wednesday or Monday night into Tuesday, and that may cool us off a bit. Although trends are down the road that we are going to get out of this really cold weather pattern finally and at least trend towards more spring-like conditions. I'm not going to guarantee a lot of warmth, but at least warmer days are ahead. That's the good news, and I don't see any big snow chances down the road. I think tonight is one of our last chances of snow for most places for a while. I don't see any more snow in the forecast through the rest of the month. That's the good news. Even that chance this weekend, Friday, Saturday, it looks like mostly rain for the area. Those overnight lows don't get terribly cold. Maybe a few flakes mixed in, but nothing accumulating the way it looks right now. So that's the good news. And I think you're all kind of breathing a sigh of relief. We don't have to hopefully deal with much more snow this spring here as we move into the latter portions of April and into early May. Now, the other thing I'll mention real quick before going is that, you know, with these temperatures also getting warmer at the nighttime hours, after Thursday night's low below freezing and maybe possibly near freezing again Friday morning, I should say Thursday morning, then Friday morning there. After that, we're going to see a trend towards temperatures above freezing. Well, if we continue to see this towards the end of the month of April, and we do maybe trend downward one of those nights below freezing, that's when we start to look at the issuance of frost advisories and freeze warnings. So you'll want to watch for that down the road towards that final week of April or into early May as well. So there you go. Pretty straightforward forecast for the most part. Better news forecast, not a great news forecast, but a better news forecast that those that want to actually spend some time outside, that it won't be quite so chilly for the most part. So there you go. There's your forecast for today. Until next time, I'm meteorologist Travis Klineski. Hope you all have a great Tuesday, and God bless.